Welcome to Country Fried Chicken Eating Rednecks.
Did you convince me that we needed fried chicken to go with this recipe because you wanted fried chicken or because people actually eat fried chicken with this recipe?
Yes.
So, Chuck, today we are cooking something that Koreans love. What are we cooking?
John.
But what type of John?
I don't know what kind are we making?
Pajeon.
Pajeon. Okay.
And pa is?
The opposite of ma?
Pa is green onion, not young pa, which is regular size onion.
Round onion.
Yeah. So you can do that in a very easy way by purchasing crispy pancake mix for cooking and then just mix your green onions. But we're not doing that because
Melissa got to do everything the hard way.
I got to learn how to do it the hard way first. And then after I can figure out how to do it the hard way, we can do it the easy way. All right, so first we're going to mix up our sauce. And our sauce is going to be 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can tell them all about what John is while I'm making the sauce. And then 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds. All right, go for it, Chuck.
All right. So John it's not quite a snack food. It's not quite a meal. It's not quite a pancake, but it's probably the closest thing you can assign it to in English. If you've ever been to Japan, it's more like an okonomiyaki, but they call that a Japanese pancake too, so we're still in the same boat.
I like mine a little spicy, so we're going to throw a little bit of gochugaru in there, probably about a half a teaspoon.
Anyway, so this is also very popular on like overcast, rainy days.
And what do you drink with it when you're eating it?
You little makgeolli. Makgeolli. I can never remember if it's makgeolli or makgeolli.
Makgeolli. I think it's makgeolli. I don't know. We always say it wrong. Either way we say it, it's wrong.
I assume I'm always wrong, so that's just...
All right. So that is mixed, and it's going to sit, and it's going to finish doing what it's going to do. And now we're going to start making our pajeon.
And this is a Korean thing? You drink it out of these little brass bowls?
I got to wait for you, don't I?
Oh, I didn't know you were taking one.
Why not? You plan on doing it all without me? And this is an actual makgeolli that one of my friends from my language exchange bought for us. So we're super excited to try it out. It's a special makgeolli, but I don't really remember what's special about it, except that it's really good. Oh, aren't you supposed to, John?
Oh, I was going to smell it first. That's a me thing. I smell stuff.
Smells like makgeolli.
A little carbonated-y. I'd say almost rice branish.
It's kind of good, though.
Yeah.
It's not overly sweet. I kind of like that one. Okay, so let's get to our recipe. So, pajeon, we got green onions. We're going to do 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Is there a specific one you use if you're doing the Korean flour? Because Koreans label their flour different?
Yes, it actually says all-purpose flour.
Okay. See, Americans are all, this is bread flour, and this is all-purpose flour, and this is whatever flour. Koreans have strong flour and weak flour.
We will do a whole video about flour at another time, Chuck. That's another day.
Strong flour.
1/4 teaspoon of sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we are going to mix those together. And then we're going to make like a little well in the middle here. So like when you're making kind of breads, you usually make a little well to put your wet stuff in the middle so you can mix slower. And then you are going to add 1 clove of garlic, and that's going to be grated and peeled, in case you didn't know, grated and peeled. We always use mince, so I don't even think about that anymore.
Always peel before you grate, though, because that would be
1 lightly beaten egg, which means it's not completely like broken all the way up.
It hasn't given up all of its secrets yet. It still has a little fight in it. It's only lightly beaten.
All right, so then we're going to, this was the interesting part for this, was 250 milliliters of sparkling mineral water.
So you can make this with sparkling water, or you can make it with regular flat water. But it gives the dough a little extra rise, a little puff to it if you use the carbonated water, the sparkling water.
So we're using sparkling water. So then we're just going to gently mix all of that together.
Got that fancy Perrier water.
He did get me fancy Perrier water for this. This isn't going to be like a vigorous mix. You're just literally combining everything together.
You also don't want to beat all the carbonation out of the water.
You just kind of want to gently get the clumps out. Also, it's okay if it has a few clumps because you have garlic in there too, so there will be clumps. So for the green onions, everything I was reading says using the smaller green scallions. So what we have is actually smaller green onions, not the big,
not those ginormous Billy
ones,
Club size,
which are harder to do. So you want to rinse them before you cook with them, obviously, but you also want to dry them. So I put paper towel under this so it would collect some of the water, because we want our pancake to actually be crispy and crunchy and just awesome. Yeah, awesome.
That depends a lot on the person who's cooking it, because I've had them made where they were nice and crispy around the edges and firm, and I like them that way. And then some people make them and intentionally make them so that they're kind of soft and floppy, and I don't like them that way.
So
no one likes it soft and floppy.
No, we are going to put half of this in here. A lot of recipes also will tell you how to make a seafood scallion pancake. We're not doing that.
There are many kinds of John. This is kind of a basic one. You can even get variations of this one where there'll be shredded carrot, maybe shredded cabbage in it. You can get kimchi John.
We're going to do other videos. We'll do a kimchi John and a gamjajan, which is the potato one for you at a later date.
Which is an entirely different thing than this, but it's still good.
But it's still a John. All right, so we are ready to set up our stove.
Yay.
All right, so as you can tell, I have gently folded everything into that. So nothing is like super like beaten to death, because you still want it to maintain some texture and still have all the goods in it.
We got our little stove set up here. We are frying something here, and we're doing it at a relatively high temperature. So you want to be using a high temperature oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, something along those lines. We got grapeseed oil because that's what we got.
That's what we got open. We also have canola over there. We don't have any vegetable though.
So
about 2 to 3 tablespoons.
Basically you want enough to get a little shimmy across the bottom of the pan.
Didn't look like 2 to 3 tablespoons, Chuck.
Just did.
His 2 to 3 and my 2 to 3 are different numbers.
Yeah, but I'm the one in charge of frying apparently.
You are the one in charge of frying. Because we like to show off Chuck's excellent skills flipping pancakes. You do have pancake flipping skills, don't you? I don't have that skill.
I don't know, I don't flip pancakes very often.
Well, you flip eggs for us, you flip pancakes for us. All right, so we are cooking over medium, this is medium heat, but...
Well, yeah, medium-ish.
Okay. So depending upon the size of your pan and how comfortable you feel the size of your pancake is how much you're gonna put in here. We have enough, technically what the recipe calls for is for 2.
You know, that's about a good size for your average John, which is, you want them about big around as your face. So.
All right, so then I'm supposed to add...
This oil wasn't quite as hot as I thought.
some more green onion on top.
And that's what happens if you get water in there. Oil does not like water.
Dry the rest of these over here. Can you push those into that pancake? So, about, depending upon how hot your pan is, 4 to 5 minutes on the first side and 4 to 5 minutes on the second side. You're basically looking for golden brown. That's where we're at now. I'm over here drying the rest of the green onions. I got both of your spatulas out in case you needed it.
Alright.
See, you have skills I don't have.
So that's not all the way done. It's still kind of
We'll flip
beige
it.
in the center, so I have to flip it back around, but we didn't want it to overcook on one side. I think our batter's a little thick. That's
why it needs a little more oil. It's supposed to have a little bit of oil in there, and then you set it onto the paper towel to let it get some of the oil out, basically. All right. So an alternate method is putting your green onions in first, which those have some built-in water, so it's not all that I can do on that. But I did dry them out. And then putting your pancake on top.
Let's try and bring this back together a little bit. Just in case you're wondering, you will end up with some crispies. There will be some little bits of burnt onion or crispy edges on the batter. Just Deal with it. That's part of the experience.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good.
Unless you cook it the soft and floppy way, in which the temperature's a lot lower and you never...
And who likes the soft and floppy way?
I don't know. But I've known people make it that way.
That one's going to be harder to flip.
And it's also not as done on the bottom yet.
I put a little more oil. You ever here trying to make healthy John? And this is why you do the pancakes, Chuck. Did you want this chicken so we could eat while we were cooking?
Yeah. All right, so we're finishing up browning on our second one. I think our gas cylinder's starting to run a little low, so it's not cooking it quite as fast and hot as it should be, but
That's okay.
I think we'll have enough to finish it off here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut one up.
Straight up cutting it like pizza slices. Because why not? Ah! And voila. All right, so we have our dipping sauce.
Yeah, that kind of out the way at the moment. There we go.
One for you,
Oh, thank you.
and one for me. And a dip. That's good. I think we would have been crispier if we had done it the way you wanted to do it.
I think a batter was a little bit thick. We probably need a little bit extra water to thin it out. You know, like with regular pancake batter, if it's thin, you get hot cakes. If it's too thick, you get them big, like cake-looking flapjack mofos.
But the flavor is on point. It's really good.
Like I said, you can put damn near anything in these. John is not so much a recipe as it is a delivery method.
Actually, if we had spread it all around the pan, I think this was, for us to make what we were making, we should have made smaller pancakes in a smaller pan. But since we made it in our big pan, I think that is where, otherwise I think it would have actually been crispier. I think that's our, that was our failure.
We do still have some crispy around the edge though, so it's not a complete...
No, it's delicious. Actually, the gamjajan is the one I really want crispy.
But that doesn't have any of this in it. That's made out of potatoes. And everybody loves fried potatoes. I mean, come on.
And if you don't, you're just wrong.
Yes.
But this is literally green onions and batter.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
It's very simple. In fact, this is a...
And you could go super easy.
Yeah, this is a complex method version of this sauce. A lot of places it's just the soy sauce, the rice vinegar, and like a little bit of the red pepper flakes, the gochugaru.
Some people put onions in it, and red pepper and green pepper. Not bell pepper, but the green Chenyang peppers.
It's more like Korean jalapeno.
Okay, so what do you think, Chuck? Oh, wait, you haven't drank makgeolli with it yet.
Oh, yes.
Let me cut you some more.
Need to top off my makgeolli. Complete my old man image. I'm sitting here sipping makgeolli and eating John.
This one's hotter. It's still slightly nuclear. How is it, old man? So, if it was raining outside today and I made you this, you would not be upset.
No? And it goes really well with fried chicken.
I really think he just made me get fried chicken because he wanted chicken. And I'm not mad at that at all. Because fried chicken. So, Pajeon, really, I mean, you could go as easy as cutting up your onions and literally putting it in the batter. Not that hard to do at all.
I say goes good with almost anything. Fried chicken. If you're into seafood, it would go well with shrimp or
Actually, you
squid.
can put seafood in it. A lot of people put...
That is a thing you can do too.
Actually, I'm going to say it wrong probably. Hamul Hamul
Hamuljan? Hamuljan, I think?
Pajeon, I think.
Hamul Pajeon. Well, Hamuljan, I think, would just be seafood pancake.
Yeah.
Hamul Pajeon is green onion, and we're sitting here trying to figure out Korean.
We need more to drink for that. All right, y'all. You know the rules. Like, subscribe.
Do the internet stuff. See the buy us a coffee link below.
For our sad doggies who have missed us for the past 2 days.
Yes. Because they can't have Pajeon.
No. And we're going to eat the rest of our Pajeon.
Yeah.
And chicken.
So, we'll see y'all around.